Yod Ches. I apologize. I didn't start the recording. Shef Hakavanot, number Yod Ches. V'yos hu mavet baz, and so now as their anpin looks at the nook, kam Eric anpin mavet the mashgich mistach their anpin kenizka be'edr rab. V'mash be'arna b'diber hakoydim yisecha b'shem b'yaf Shaar, she'inin histaklos their anpin b'nook, hakavana lahamshachas hachasadim v'hagavuras l'tzarech binyana. Okay, the chayra hu hadin shemistaklos Eric anpin bezer anpin amur kan. So this is what we're talking about here. So what's its inyan? The inyan is like this: he hamshachas l'tzarech binyan guf hazah. V'hinech bevur kan v'yoser beforish at the end of this drush. Shaham shachas hamochin lezer anpin v'chein leluk be'esa dormita bi'amosa cholnim shachas meparts of arich. So originally it starts out for the parts of arich. V'hu pelagoda, but this is something you have to really wonder about. This he said the haloham shacha the amosa chol. That was the once he mentioned that b'mosa chol nim shachas beparts of Yisrael sabat devuna, because that is what make contact with zer anpin. So here we're talking about a direct hamshacha from Arich. Let's see what else he says. But his schema mafarshim, the vada hamshacha amor kan was certainly that what we're talking about here. Nimshechet me Yisrael sabat devuna. Because say the hamshacha zamocha b'kol makom, it's the same thing as how the hamshacha goes in all cases. He said b'mashin is boyer kanja hamshacha he merich. What it says like that. So he says, there's a lot of people who have different opinions about this. Called Echad Vidarko Viyun the Kuman and Oslam Adala, so he's getting us over there. Let's go down here now, let's go backwards to the previous page, and we're going to go to number Lamed Gimel, sorry. So Lamed Gimel, down below, okay, we'll look at it in the TIV. The Teves says, ba'ach. So then the backs are rebuilt. Kishaba Erev Shabbos, as Shabbos comes, Allah b'ratzah ma'atzel. This is going back to the 7 days of creation. He says, Allah b'ratzam ha'ma'atzel le'elyud l'hachzirim b'panim. He wants to bring them back. The ma'atzel wants to bring back into a position upon b'panim. That's the time of Shabbat. V'yihi zivugam shalom. After the tikkun is completed, and where are we here? Which takes place at that time. Okay, let me see where I'm at. There we go. So now they have the Mochin D Ach. Allah b'ratzon the ma'atza le'elyon l'hachzirim panim b'panim behind the she'overis la'ama she'overis la'ama b'tzad panim dezer anpin. That's not just that now that she's independent, she wants to he says this is coming from the ma'atzel. The ma'atzel wants to bring her around to the front. Keshepenechem mekuvanav keneged panim dezer anpin uvaofen kazeh yihi azivugim shalom kenufarish v'holech, as he's going to explain further. So there's a number Yud Test down at the bottom in the Shefa Kavanos. Yud Test says v'ach shenesakein ba'ach Kishba Erev Shabbos, all the baratzam ma'atzel elyon l'chakzirim panim b'panim. So it comes into that thought. Okay, so of the ma'atzel. So zahayin l'achar shenishlam tikkun partzufi ha'ach l'zon. So now after we've seen the completion of the tikkun of the partzufi mazun, ayidechem b'mochin the ach shenimshchol l'chem, through the mochin of ach that come to them. Ata all the baratzam the ma'atzel elyon. So now we see that it came to the matzel ha'elyon lahachzirim panim b'panim. Okay, so that's a repeat of what we heard of azos al yedei sheyisaken and partzufi hapanim shalachem, and this happens as a result of making a tikkun in their partzufi, the partzufi and the panim shalachem al yedei hamshachas amochin the panim, because the streaming of the flowing of the Hamshachos Hamochim, the Panim, the Ayin, the Kabban, the Sheva, Oz, Lamed, Vav. So he's still working on this. So let's see. Here's number Lamed Dalet. Number Lamed Dalet says, and we were just referred to Lamed Dalet, I think. He says, Ki bihiyosem ach ba'ach, when they're in that position, az zivugim gam came hu besod ach ba'ach. He says it's in the secret of the same thing. Now, this is something we know something about. What are they? That they have a complete yichud, and there are different steps in the yichud. Kevin shekol zemansha odim ach ba'ach zivugim hu rak bechinas zivug da'ach. It's considered a zivug of the acharayim. She'ein is zivug gomer, which is not a complete zivug. So ayin shefa kavanos. Once again, we're being referred to the shefa kavanos. Ma she'ein kain v'zivug hana'asa b'hiyosem panim b'panim hu zivug gomer v'shalom. That is a complete and total yichud. Right arm, left arm, and ultimately together. V'od ki b'hiyosem ba'ach tzrichin l'hiyos gam came. As long as she's in the back, she has to be subservient to him. So she needs her ara from him. So therefore, so that's what we need. Now there's, in his explanation down below, I think there's a contradiction to the way that we learn this. But he makes up for it in the next tiv. I'll explain. It's a tam hasheni who the fi shebehiyosa nukol medes ba'ach shalo. Azai kevan shemekabela says shefa hamochim shalo derek zer anpen kenizker. So she has to get it through him. Machmas came nimsa shehi ketane gerua b'menu. Avach geshul medes b'panim. That's a different story. He says mekabelas as shefa hamochim. Amochim mepartzufim al yonim ansvach beluch v'shiva the shvura derek zer anpen v'shia avar shvura derek zer anpen v'oz he bebechin shaver love. So then she becomes equal to him. Kevin sheshnechem mekablim as a shefa shalachem. So since both of them are receiving their shefa. Mekablim as a shefa shadachem partzufim al yonim. So then they're both getting shefa from that place. I'm going to keep reading on and get to the end, which is number I guess it's Lamed Zayin. Okay, v'ozma also. So then, what did Hashem do? Got them with backsides. Hipel Hashem Elokim Tardema ala Adam Shehu Zer Anpen. Maybe I'm out of sequence. Let's see what he says here. He says, "Letzorach Achzaras Zun Panim Bepanim." For that purpose, Naase Inin Hadormita v'Hanasira. So this happens. V'Haidu Shemistalkim v'Yotzim b'Benach HaMochim Shalos. His own mochim leave. V'Hu b'Bechidas Ma Shekasa v'Yapel Hashem Elokim Tardema ala Adam. So he says, what is this idea? Adam Romez al Hazer Anpen. V'hipel alav Hashem Tardema al Yedei Shesilik Mimeno es HaMochim Shalo. So he takes the mochim. So we're going to do one more. V'lo yishtayr be'rak kista dehiyasa. So we know the first time we're getting this word kista dehiyasa. Be'esa dormita the Zer Anpen yotzi b'mena kol chiyus. So he's using the word chiyus to mean the mochim shalom. Below Shaar bo rak kista dehiyasa. So what is that? The hainu chelik chiyus moed. This small amount of life force. So it seems like a pulse of some sort. Letzora kiyum v'chein hamochin dekatnas. So they are mochin dekatnas. Good for Shemavar v'holech, and we're going to talk about this. So we have just a few minutes, and let me see if I can how much of number kuf I can do down below in the shefa. So he says like Bihi Yosem Ach Ba'ach Zivugim Hu Gam Kain Besod Ach Ba'ach. So he explains. Mavur Be'etz Chaim. So let's go for the Eitz Chaim. He says it's in Shaar Tal. He says She'ena Gavoda Kapeshuto Shechazivu Na'asa Ach Ba'ach. So this is going to be, you can say something I think that we know. He says V'keven to the Oidam Kol Hazivugim Na'asim Panim B'Panim. That's the rule. It's not possible to do that. And what is that? That actually they move out of that position. Now, he's not explaining over here, and I maybe forgot why we needed to have a yichud, that yichud. But obviously brings more shefa. So he says, "V'zos be'esher zivud lo na'asa b'makom k'gon kan she'olim zon lechek abba v'ima v'sham mizdavgin panim b'panim v'chatam she'oz nikra chazivud b'shem zivug da'ach da'ach." Why? He's ach ba'ach. He said, "V'chema'ach she'matzah etzem madrigasam be'es hahi." So that ma'ach mitzad etzem madrigasam be'es hahi. That now their positioning is Haim only bebechinas ach ba'ach. They're standing like that. This happens from that position. V'atam she'olam his davek b'chek abba v'ima. Why there? Whom mishum to call zaman shachadayim lo nimshgoch d'zun mochen upon him. So as long as there are no mochen that come in mamish coming to zun, he says yesh chashash miyanikas chitzayim. So we're still worried about that. V'hinech chitzayim yecholo leyanik rak ma'acharehem. And that's the reason for that. They go up to the chek, the bosom of Abba ve'ima, so to speak. Olim lechek Abba ve'ima shesham ein akisis akitzayim sham yecholin dezun lachzer panim bepanim lachazdavek. Okay, so that's information that we had learned previously. We still have another, according to me. Oh, that's it. We're out of time. Okay, thank you, Rebbe, so much. All the best. Okay. Okay, that's the shiur today.